welcome back to Wargroove. This is Act 2, Mission 2, Shadows in the Mist. Now this level is a pretty difficult level, especially to get with no deaths in the S rank. In fact, it even starts off strangely considering the enemy gets the first turn and they use that first turn to use a new unit, the Giant. Yes, and as you can see, it completely one-shots a swordsman and pretty much every other unit in your army that's not a commander. Again, the Giants effectively act as the medium tanks from Advanced Wars. They're extremely powerful ground-hitting units. They even have a leg up on medium tanks from Advanced Wars, considering they're capable of standing on mountains and moving across rivers. They even get a boost, like when they take 40% damage of health and that are below, as you can see by their crit status. And that makes them extremely dangerous because you don't want to fight them on even footing. You want to make sure whenever you're attacking them, you're either outright wiping them out or attacking them so they're so low they can't do anything. But luckily we have a new unit of our own to use, this being the Trebuchet. The Trebuchet is this game's equivalent of the rockets in Advanced Wars. It's the long-range indirect unit. It has five range maximum. As you can see, the critical hit is when you attack from the maximum range of 5. Ultimately, that's what we're going to be using to wade through the extreme storm and power of the enemy units. This map is rigged and it's extremely in favor of the enemy team on this one, because they have so many units. They have so many. The first off, you can't even see because they're in the fog, but they have so many of them that you have to fight and wade through all of them, or pretty much all of them, unless you can get lucky and avoid some. But again, that would be luck, and it would require them to like run down here and maybe attack this village here or something. But ultimately, the plan is to set up here in this middle area, try and destroy as many of the enemy units as possible before making a counterattack here and destroying their stronghold. As you can hear, the enemy has a lot more units than you do, and a lot of their power is a lot stronger than yours as well. So we're going to move forward with Emmerich, and we're going to claim this village. This village is probably going to be the most important village, and it's basically going to be absorbing most of the damage for us while we use these dogs and swordsmen as basically like a reserve force. We're going to build our first ranger here, and basically the ranger's purpose is to basically swipe away and destroy the weakened units, mostly created by either Emmerich or the Trebuchets, while the Trebuchets try and focus on the heavy stuff such as the knights and the giants that are going to be approaching extremely soon. So we see our first enemy here, a pikeman, where you most likely gotta pull back. Yes, we're gonna pull back with Emmerich. We're gonna move forward with the dogs so that way we can keep them in our vision range. We're gonna move across the men with the swordsman, and we're gonna actually buy ourselves a second archer. This is gonna be pretty important because the amount of units the enemy has. Okay, so we see that Emmerich has become under attack from the archer. It has decided to skip attacking the village, but it's also put itself in trebuchet range. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward with the dogs so that way we can actually scout the pikeman that has decided to take up shop inside the forest. We're going to destroy him. Then we're also going to swipe him away with the archers. And we're basically just going to, again, let this village try and take as much damage as possible. Because if they take out the village, we can just recapture it with Emmerich or another foot soldier. But if Emmerich takes damage, it's going to take actual gold to heal him, as you can see. We're not going to heal him, though, because he's going to recover some of that on his own. Okay, as we can see, an enemy giant has showed up and is within the minimum range of some of the rockets, but thankfully we have archers in range that are capable of making up the difference, as well as Emmerich himself. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack with the trebuchet. We're going to attack with this trebuchet. We're going to pull these archers back because we don't want them to be in the danger zone more than they already have to be. We're gonna move forward and we're actually gonna throw down an Elder Shield on this mountain. Elder Shield also has the same priority, extreme priority, that the enemy would afford a commander. Only certain things are capable of like getting through the priority list. Okay, this is actually gonna be a gamble / luck roll whether or not this is gonna kill, so I don't want to take that gamble, so I'm just gonna move forward with the archer to hopefully destroy the giant, and then we're gonna move in with the dog in order to hurt the foot soldier, and we're gonna capture and we're gonna basically fight back and forth for control of this village. We're gonna move another dog forward to try and cover the archers. Now we're gonna actually begin building knights. These are gonna be the main force that we're gonna use to counterattack. In fact, the enemy has decided to build, or the enemy has decided to attack down south, as well as continuously attacking our cherry stone. The enemy dogs decide to go in for an attack. Okay, but thankfully the dogs still give the same vision range. So because of that, we're capable of going in for an attack with our knights. Yes, weakening those knights significantly. Okay, we're actually going to move forward with Emmerich and give him a heal. Yes, and we're going to move with this archer back in order to attack and kill him so he doesn't make up any problems behind our lines. We're going to move this archer forward in order to begin dealing with these foot soldiers. We're going to begin moving a bit aggressively with some of our units because we're finally starting to wade through the extreme amount of unit numbers that they have. So we're going to move forward with our offensively with our trebuchet, so that way we can either kill this archer or kill this this village whenever it gets the chance. We're gonna move forward with our dogs because our dogs are want our dogs to protect our archers. We're gonna move this swordsman down to try and recapture this village, and we're basically gonna save our money for another night. The archer decides to go in for an attack on the cherry stone. Swordsman goes in for an attack on our trebuchet. Yet another archer. So, yes, again, the enemy has a large amount of units to call upon in order to fight you, and it's going to get even worse when we're going on the major offensive. Right now, we're just sort of slapping away them here and there where we can. See, this archer is going to come in and do damage to the village. We're gonna have this trebuchet destroy him, and we're gonna move in and we're gonna hopefully destroy this village. I think it's gonna come down to a luck roll, but we have a dog that we can call upon if it doesn't destroy. That's fine. So we're gonna capture with the swordsman. We're gonna move up and we're gonna try and regain some health on the knight, considering we can't afford another one anyway. We're gonna move the dog. Basically want to keep him in the back as much as we can, but we still want to try and use his vision range. The dog is still weak, but we're gonna just keep them for vision. And we're gonna save up for another night. Yes, they decide to go in for an attack that's going to lead in their demise.
This should do the trick.
Okay, so we're actually going to use the archer to attack forward and or move forward and capture. And we're going to actually throw Emmerich's Elder Shield. Well, once so you can get some vision of this. Yes, as you can see, there's even more enemies forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward with Emmerich and throw down an Elder Shield here.
This should protect us.
So that way we can have more defense and pretty much cover whoever's going to attack him. We're going to move offensively with this one as well. We're going to move with this one. Move our archers forward, our knights forward. Pretty much everything moves forward because again, time is against us in this battle. So we need as many soldiers as possible that can fight and stay in the fight. And see, once you get close enough, Greenfinger, the enemy commander, decides to actually come forward. Again, everything is focusing down Emmerich. You want to try and basically the main thing with this battle is you want to try and maintain a balance of offensive and defensive action. You want to have enough units to basically sustain the defense while continuously going on the offense. I think I'm gonna get another wagon here just for some transport purposes. Okay, the giant decides to attack Emmerich. The dog decides to attack Emmerich and is destroyed. Again, we hear they just have so many units. They have so many units. It's kind of insane. So we're gonna attack with this back. Actually, we're gonna attack with this front trebuchet. We're going to, and so we're going to approach. Try and be as offensive as we possibly can. Again, there's an archer. Yes, we're going to attack the archer. We're going to move forward with the trebuchet to try and put them in danger. The enemy, I mean, not the trebuchet. We're basically trying to basically reserve as many forces as we can in order to push with them at a later date. You know, we're moving the wagon in to act as a shield in case we need it. We're going to advance. Have to advance. And we're gonna get another knight. Again, the time is ticking. We have 4 more turns. Archer decides to attack. Pike decides to attack. We're seeing even more first. Sword comes in out of nowhere. Okay, so we're gonna back up and we're going to let's see. We're gonna actually move forward and we're gonna use this archer to fight in melee and attack. Okay, we're going to use the trebuchet to decapture the enemy structure. We're going to move forward with this one. We're going to throw down another Elder Shield in defense after we attack with this knight. I basically try and move as much stuff out the way. That's another problem with this. The terrain is so choke pointy, like it's a double-edged sword. So you're gonna so I believe the best option would be to throw down an Elder Shield after moving
This should protect
extremely far back. It may be using a that could be extremely dangerous. So we're going to move this down and we're going to move him down and we're going to try and stay within our our own range to try and prevent the enemy from just killing us or separating us. We're gonna get another knight, and we're gonna move forward with the swordsman. Okay. The enemy archer decides to go for Imric himself. Okay, we have a few more. We have 2 more turns left, so we have to end this. But we know the enemy has a giant, so that's the problem. You know the enemy has an extreme amount of units, but you have to advance regardless, even if it's not particularly intelligent to do so. Because like we can't see pretty much anything this far forward. Like Imric himself is constantly on the verge of death, but we press on regardless. We're going to get a knight, and we're going to put him. We got to put him at the edge of our Elder Shield range, and we're going to use this wagon to block maybe one angle of attack, and we're going to move forward with the knights. And I don't think any other unit's going to make it to this battle, so we're just gonna ignore everyone else. The giant decides to come in, unfortunately, and attack. Fortunately, that's gonna hold us back from being able to complete this sooner. But I believe it's a non-issue at this point. It's a non-factor because we're already in range of the enemy bases. So we're just gonna. And we saw Greenfinger run away. I think that was the last of the enemy units or enemy giants. So we're gonna move Imric, and we're gonna put him in the wagon. We're gonna get him as close to the stronghold as possible. We're gonna run away with this knight. We're gonna move in the same position with this knight, and we're gonna put this knight in position. So in case Greenfinger tries to attack, which I don't think he will, because for the most part the AI likes to hold back units instead of attacking. We can even capture their base, but we have one more turn. We have to make something happen next turn. He decides to run away, and now we get to basically use all of our stuff. We've already won. Okay, so again, this mission is very difficult. Lots of stuff in the fog, lots of things hiding, but ultimately, using the archers defensively and then swapping them over to the offensive is probably going to be the most key thing when it comes to this battle.
I have a spell for this.
Yes, and there we have it. The final attack. Alright, as I said before, this one unit lost was at the beginning where we really had no control. Again, we finished on exactly 14 days. I imagine you could do it a little bit sooner depending on how much good luck you have, but ultimately this mission is quite a big jump in terms of difficulty, but if you use the archer strategy, I'm certain that you could do it. Again, archers and luck, that's pretty much what's gonna get you through this mission. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.